Hey entrepreneurs, it's AJ and welcome back to Business as Unusual. Clarity and confidence during uncertain times. Today's topic is the return to the office. Sounds like a horror film, doesn't it? The return to the office. And for many out there, to be honest, it is a horror story. I mean, there's this massive disconnect, what I've been noticing, between what employers, businesses, organizations are doing and how their employees are actually feeling about the return to the office. Most employers are like, well, we've got sanitizer, we've got masks, we're doing cleaning, and we've implemented social distancing. Yeah, Reggie, but I seen you walk out of that bathroom without washing your hands. I ain't coming back. And really, it's that much of a disconnect, right? So as leaders, as entrepreneurial leaders, we really need to rise up to this challenge and play the part of a different sort of leader. There are three types of leaders out there. The first one, we all know this type. They're the ones that think they're leaders when they're actually not, right? The second type is those who lead from the back. And they're the ones that sort of create opportunities behind the scenes and put their people forward and all the praise, and that's brilliant. But then there's the third type of leader, and that is leading from the front. And humbly, I think that's what we need to do right now, because there is so much anxiety, fear, and uncertainty within our employees. And we really need to step up to that next level and demonstrate great leadership and lead from the front. And so what does that actually look like? Well, if you remember a few videos ago, I released a framework called the ISPK framework about leading virtual teams. Well, the framework still applies for you leading your teams. The I, identity, the S, safety, the P, productivity, and the K, kindness. That framework still applies, and I'll link to the video below. And I want to go in a little bit deeper for that notion of the S, the safety. See, leaders now or organizations now are still focusing on safety in terms of physical safety, hence the masks and the sanitizer and all that, right? But if you think that's enough to get people to return to work,
tell him he's dreaming.
Exactly. So we really need to step up a little bit further and move from physical safety to psychological safety. The physical safety is basically a given. You know, those implementations are a given. They're stock standard. You know, there's nothing special about them. It's the minimum standard required, okay? So we need to go above and provide psychological safety. And you really need to think about, well, okay, what are my employees actually feeling right now? They're anxious. Remember, they've been working from home for a while and they've had to adjust to that as well. And now they're kind of adjusted to that. So you're asking them to pull that out of their comfort zones and come into a physical space. So you're going to have to deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. You know, forget about the virus stuff. That's the minimum thing that you're going to have to deal with. There's so much more. And so you really need to lead from the front. And one thing you can do is show up as that lead from the front person. Go into the office, pull out your phone and take a video of exactly how things look. And it might not seem like much to you, but just that reassurance of letting the employees see how this is going to play out when they walk in through the doors to your premises, that's huge. That is so huge. Because remember, they're at home, they're reading all these media stories about how other organizations are doing things. And I saw one in the papers the other day. They were talking about, worried about the employees had to wait in a building for a long time, you know, crowded space with other people just to wait a long time to get into the safety of their own offices upstairs. Yeah, you don't want that. So by filming your premises as a leader, go there and show them exactly what's going on. And then practice the other elements of the ISPK framework. Again, the link is down below. Go have a look at that video. And make your employees feel safe. Make them feel loved. Make them feel comforted. Make them feel valued. And I promise you, they will do amazing things for you. We're all going through the exact same thing, remember, and we're all handling it in different ways. So it's up to all of us as entrepreneurial leaders to rise up and lead from the front during this next phase of the COVIDness. I want to close this conversation with you right now by sharing one more story about this. And it's a story I heard from Captain Jim DiMatteo, call sign Guido, who was a TopGun fighter pilot. And he shares this crazy story of when he was a junior fighter pilot and he's out on the USS Nimitz and he's got to go on a mission and it's pitch black and the seas are rough. And the aircraft mechanic comes up to him, shoves a manual in his face and goes, "Well, the systems are a bit iffy tonight, so good luck." And as a young fighter pilot, he doesn't want to demonstrate, he cannot show fear. And he's really freaking out now. But because they're all type A guys on that carrier, you can't show that. So, quick as a flash, the commanding officer comes over, grabs the manual and says, "Guido, I'll take that jet." They swap planes and off they go. That is psychological safety. Provide that to your teams and beautiful things will happen. So, entrepreneurs, that's your thought for today. My name's AJ Kulatunga. Thanks for watching this video. I look forward to serving you in these times of business as unusual. And whatever happens in business and in life, I wish you nothing but success. Take care.